Hello Year 2, this is your reading comprehension for today. I thought I would try doing it as a video today so that you can have the worksheet in front of you and then just watch the video and do it along with me. I know I filmed a video last time, but I was writing down the answers on a whiteboard and I just think this might be a little bit easier for today. So here is our reading comprehension. The first thing that we're going to do for our reading comprehension is play a little game. Now, there are lots of words on the screen. They are all different colours. And what I would like you to do is, on a piece of paper, if you've got some spare paper around, I would like you to skim and scan, so use your skimming and scanning finger, and I would like you to find for me all the months of the year. Now remember, if we're skimming and scanning for months of the year, then you need to look for words with capital letters. A little clue, all the words on the screen that have a capital letter might not be months of the year, so it's your job to find all of the months of the year. Now straight away, I can see the first one. It's in the top left-hand corner, and it's this one, October. Now, I've found one for you. It's your job to see how fast you can find all of the other months of the year. Off you go. Pause the video here and then you can find them. Brilliant. I hope you enjoyed that little skimming and scanning activity just to get our reading brains all warmed up. Now, this is today's text and it's Humpback Whales. Hopefully you're able to see a copy, whether that's on a device or printed out. Hopefully you guys can see it. So our text today is Humpback Whales. Do you think this text is going to be fiction or non-fiction? What do we think? Fiction or non-fiction? If you've said non-fiction, I agree. I think this text will be non-fiction because I can see by the layout of the text that it's actually going to be giving me some information all about whales. I can also see that there are a couple of photographs and underneath the pictures there are some captions as well explaining to me what's in the picture. So I know it's a bit of a report all about humpback whales. In the text there are 4 subheadings. Now when we read a report or a fact file, there might be some subheadings. And on the screen now, I have written out what the 4 subheadings of this text are, just so that you guys have a little bit more information about them. The first subheading is appearance. And appearance just simply means what something looks like. If you were talking about my appearance today, you might mention that my hair is a little bit curly or I'm wearing a black jumper. The next subheading is behaviour, so how something acts or behaves. The third one is life cycle, the stages of life. So I think in this text we're going to learn a little bit more about the stages of life for a humpback whale. And then the final subheading is some interesting facts. So we might be provided with some information that we don't know about humpback whales yet. Or maybe you're an expert on them and you know all about them. Let's find out. As always, the first thing I'm going to do is read the text. So you can read along with me and you can use your skim and scanning finger, or if you've got a ruler or something to hold underneath the words, you can do that as well. So I'm going to read the text to you. I'm going to start at the first word and it's here. Let me see if I can make a little line on the first word. It's here and it begins with a capital letter. It's the start of my sentence. Humpback whales. Let's have a little read. Humpback whales are very large and can grow up to 19 metres long. They are famous for their magical songs, which can be heard from over 20 miles away. Humpbacks are friendly creatures and are popular with whale watchers. Sadly, humpback whales are endangered because of hunters, but numbers have been growing in recent years and there are now around 80,000 humpbacks alive today. I'm just going to circle this word here. It says kind of a circle. It says endangered. Now, if something is endangered, it means it's at risk of becoming extinct. So it's at risk of not being around anymore. And sadly, humpback whales are endangered because of hunters, people hunting them. But it does say that numbers have been growing recently and there are around 80,000. So that's quite a lot. The next subheading, or the first subheading I should say, is appearance, what it looks like. The humpback whale gets its name from the way it arches its back before diving deep underwater. Humpback whales are strange creatures. They have a large knobbly head and massive powerful fins. In fact, they have the longest fins of all marine mammals. Female humpback whales are larger than the males and can weigh up to 36,000 kilograms, which is around the same as 6 elephants. Oh my goodness, that is so heavy, isn't it? Female humpback whales weigh about the same amount as 6 elephants. That is a lot. I'm looking here now at my fast facts. So I'm looking just here at my fast facts. It says type, so it's a mammal. Its diet is an omnivore. And then if there's a group of them, if there's a group of humpbacks together, we call it a pod. If there's more than one, we say that it's a little pod. Okay, here is the next part of the text. I'm looking at this subheading here, life cycle. Humpback babies are called calves. Calves grow inside their mothers for a whole year, and when they are born, they are about 6 meters long. So think about the meter stick in school that we've measured things with when we looked at our unit of measure, and the babies are around 6 of those. That is so big. Humpback whales tend to live alone or in small groups called pods. Mothers and their calves stay together for up to 12 months. Calves do not stop growing until they are 10 years old. Humpback whales are found in oceans around the world. They feed in colder waters and then travel to warmer seas in the winter so that they can give birth. They mostly eat small fish and they feed by swallowing large mouthfuls of water. I'm looking here now at behaviour. Humpback whales are famous for their playful behaviour. One of the most wonderful sights is when a humpback leaps out of the water and splashes down with its fins and tail. Male humpbacks sing songs that can last for up to 20 minutes. Scientists are not sure why they sing, but one idea is that they do it to attract a mate. Humpback whales have been spotted playing with and sometimes protecting other kinds of sea creatures, such as dolphins. So I think they're quite kind animals as well. Sometimes they're spotted playing with and protecting dolphins and other different types of sea creatures. And the final piece of information in the text is some interesting facts, and I can see on the screen that there are 3. The first one says, another name for a humpback whale is giant wings. Maybe that's a nickname that can be called. Humpback whales live for around 50 years, but they have been known to reach 100. And the final interesting fact says, humpback whales are air-breathing mammals and can hold their breath for 45 minutes. And if you rewind your mind to the story that Miss Thompson read us yesterday at story time, she read the story of the snail and the whale. And if humpback whales can hold their breath for 45 minutes, that's why the humpback whale was completely okay when it was stranded on the shore near that school. We are going to look at the first few questions together, just like we always do. Now, I'm going to look at question 1, and I can see that question 1 says, according to the text, how far away can the song of a humpback whale be heard? Now it's question 1, so I know that the answer is going to be near the top of the text because all of my questions are in chronological order. They're in the order that they happen. And it asks me, how far away can the song of a humpback whale be heard? So I'm probably looking for an amount if it's asking me for how far away. So let's read the first sentence of the text again. Humpback whales are very large and can grow up to 19 metres long. Does that answer our question? No, it does give us an amount, but it just tells us how long a humpback whale can grow to. They are famous for their magical songs, which can be heard from over 20 miles away. There's the first answer to our question. Because it says, according to the text, how far away can the song of a humpback whale be heard? I'm going to write from over 20 miles away. From over 20 miles away. Can you write down your answer now for me, boys and girls? From over 20 miles away. From over 20 miles away, because that is the distance. I don't think you can see that very well, but it does say from over 20 miles away. From over 20 miles away. Brilliant. Okay. And those words are in the text as well. Sorry about that, everyone. Okay, question number 2 says, why are humpback whales endangered? And we spoke about this one before, so I'm going to carry on reading the text now. Humpbacks are friendly creatures and are popular with whale watchers. Sadly, humpback whales are endangered because of hunters. So I need to write here for my answer, they are endangered because of hunters. They are endangered because of hunters. They are endangered because of hunters. Now, if you're struggling to spell the word endangered, it is in the text here, but it's also in the question too. They are endangered because of hunters. Write down your answer for me. Okay. Here is the third question. It says, explain why appearance, that word again, appearance, is a good subheading for the first section. So the person who's written this text, why have they called the first part of the text appearance? I'm going to read that part of the text again, see if you can help me. The humpback's whale gets its name from the way it arches its back before diving deep underwater. Humpback whales are strange creatures. They have a large knobbly head and massive powerful fins. In fact, they have the longest fins of all marine mammals. Female humpback whales are larger than the males and can weigh up to 36,000 kilograms, which is around the same as 6 elephants. So, why is appearance a good subheading for the first section? I think it's a good subheading for the first section because the first section tells us what the whale looks like, doesn't it? It explains what the whale looks like. So I'm going to write, it is a good subheading because it tells us what the whale looks like. It tells us what the whale looks like. Here's the whole answer. It is a good subheading because it tells us what the whale looks like. Remember, the magic of a video is that you can pause it or you can stop it. You can go back and listen again. Why is appearance a good subheading for the first section? It is a good subheading because it tells us what the whale looks like. Okay, here are questions 4, 5 and 6. If you're feeling super confident, then you can carry on now with the rest of your comprehension. If you'd still like some help, then keep on listening because I'm going to go through question 4, 5 and 6. Okay, so if you feel confident just like you would in class, go for it. If you want to still listen to me, that's a-okay as well, and you can do. Number 4 says, why is humpback whale a good name for this creature? Well, I'm going to find out why a humpback is a good name for the creature. Now, if I look here, it says the humpback whale gets its name from the way it arches its back before diving deep underwater. So, why is it a good name for the creature? Because of the way it arches its back before diving deep underwater. So you could copy that from the text, couldn't you? You could copy because it arches its back before diving deep underwater. Okay, you could copy that from the text now. Remember, pause the video if you need to write down your answer. Question number 5 says, write the 2 adjectives that are used to describe the whale's head. So I'm looking for 2 adjectives. What's an adjective? What's an adjective? It's a describing word. So I'm looking for 2 describing words that describe the whale's head. Okay, they have a large, knobbly head. So the 2 adjectives that I need to write are large and knobbly. So on the 2 lines here, I would be writing the word large and knobbly. I'm not going to do it with this because it'll be hard to write, but large and knobbly. Pause the video here and write down your answer. Question number 6. We're writing true or false in the box for each statement. I'm going to read the statements to you and let's see if you can tell me true or false. Humpback whales have massive, powerful fins. True or false? True. So in the box you would write true. The next one says, male humpback whales are bigger than females. Male humpback whales are bigger than females. True or false? False. It told us in the text, didn't it, that female humpbacks are larger than males. The last one says, some humpback whales can weigh the same as 6 elephants. True or false? Some humpback whales can weigh the same as 6 elephants. True or false? True, yeah. It told us, didn't it, that some humpbacks are the same as 6 elephants, because I was amazed. Okay, we have found all of those answers. Over to you now. I'm not going to go through any more. I would like you guys to finish off. So there are 4 more questions for you to answer. Number 7, circle the name of what's given to humpback whales for a small group. Number 8 is when do humpback whales travel to warmer waters. Number 9 is why do you think another name for a humpback whale is giant wings. And then number 10, you've got to draw lines to match the subheading. And remember, when we're drawing lines, we don't do spaghetti junction. We just go from one side straight down to the other. Okay. Thank you for listening, everybody. I know that was a long one today, but you've done an amazing job and I can't wait to see the pictures of your comprehensions. I've really enjoyed this today. Thank you, boys and girls. See you later.